3. The hands in Omaha poker. Alright, let's talk about why Pot Limit Omaha or Omaha High is renowned as an action game and why it's a magnet for high-stakes players. In Omaha, you start with 4 whole cards instead of just 2, which opens up a treasure trove of potential hand combinations. That's why hand values in Omaha often soar higher than in Texas Hold'em, and players frequently hit the nuts, the highest possible hand. Think of it this way. In Plo, instead of a single 2-card combo like in Texas Hold'em, you have 6 different 2-card combinations from your 4 whole cards to create the best hand. No wonder players typically show up with stronger hands at the showdown in Omaha. In Texas Hold'em, hands like 2 pair or 3 of a kind can be powerhouses. But in Omaha, those hands can easily be outclassed. Especially when transitioning from Texas Hold'em, 2 pair often became the Achilles heel for beginners. So, don't overly rely on 2 pair. Keep your wits about you. Let's break it down with a couple of examples. Example 1. Imagine you've been dealt 1-09-8-7 and the river reveals 7-9 KJ2. Using the 10 and 8 in your hand with 3 community cards, you've got a Jack High straight. That's nice, but here's the kicker. Any opponent holding QX10X would complete a higher, King High straight, which would beat you. If the betting intensifies on the river, it's a red flag that someone likely holds the King High straight. Example 2. You're holding JJ99 on a board of 9KQ53. You've got a set of 9s, sweet in Texas Hold'em, but in Omaha, this hand can be treacherous. An opponent with KXKX or QXQX as a higher set, and anyone with JX10X as a straight. There's also the flush threat. Anyone holding 2 diamonds would make a flush. Even if other players are just calling your baits with sets of kings or queens because they fear a straight or flush, you could still be trailing. So, tread carefully even if the table isn't overly aggressive. Other Omaha poker tips: the importance of position. Positioning is a big deal in Texas Hold'em, but in Omaha, it's even more critical. Due to the pot limit betting structure and the plethora of combinations you can form with an Omaha hand, being in the right spot matters a lot. When you've got position on your opponents, you gain the advantage of seeing their moves before making your own decisions. This extra bit of info can be a game changer. Conversely, being out of position can make the game tricky, leading you to miscalculate and take unnecessary risks because you lack visibility on your opponent's intentions. Another perk of having position is pot control, allowing you to regulate the size of the pot based on your hand's strength and your strategy. When you're out of position, your opponents can dictate the pot size, leveraging their insight into your actions. Bluffing in Omaha poker. You might think bluffing isn't much of a thing in Omaha because of its emphasis on hitting the nuts. Yet bluffing plays a strategic role. Players can represent a broader spectrum of hands in Omaha, and semi-bluffs are a frequent play. Experienced players often bet big on draws early, knowing that those draws can, in some cases, have better odds than made hands. So while bluffing is part of the package, it's essential to be discerning about when to bluff, given the multitude of possible hands. The more you delve into the game, the better you'll become at identifying good bluff spots and gauging various opponents. Be wary of the blockers. Blockers are a crucial concept in Omaha. These are cards you hold that prevent your opponent from completing certain hands. For instance, say the board reads K1-05-4, and you have the A with no other spades. You might not have a flush, but you know your opponent can't have the best flush either. This gives you leverage, as you can bet confidently, knowing your opponent can't hold the nut flush, potentially pushing them off stronger hands. Understanding and utilizing blockers can enhance your strategic play, allowing you to exploit situations where your opponents can't have the nuts. By mastering these aspects, you can significantly improve your Omaha poker game, making well-informed decisions and capitalizing on positioning, bluffing opportunities, and blocker knowledge. Happy gaming!